My name is McKenna and this is Jack. We are both exercise physiologists right here in our Neuroscience Wellness Center. So first and foremost, I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone being here today, as well as everyone tuning in online, and thank you to everyone who made this event possible. All right, and allowing us the chance to speak. So Jack and I today will be discussing how to create a wellness community within the Parkinson's population. Let's see, click. There we go. All right. So we categorized wellness as a whole into 4 different main categories that we can talk a little bit more in depth about. First being our physical wellness, and I know we touched base on that a little before the break, but that just shows the importance of it, so we'll get back to that. Our mental and emotional wellness, environmental wellness, and lastly, our social wellness. And we'll talk a little bit more in depth to each of these and how we create a wellness community with each of these different aspects as wellness as a whole. All right, so beginning with our physical wellness. So it is clear that exercise is a valuable part of life for everyone, not just people with Parkinson's. So regular physical activity and starting before our break, I know Melissa mentioned a lot about physical activity and wellness, but exercise is more than just healthy for people with Parkinson's disease. So the Parkinson's Foundation quotes that it is a vital part in maintaining balance, mobility, in all activities of daily living, all of which can be impacted by Parkinson's disease. So exercise can come in many different forms. So our cardiovascular endurance, so training for a sustained period of time, getting that heart rate up, like we mentioned. Strength training, so gaining those muscles, building that muscle mass. Practicing balance and agility movements, as well as incorporating some multitask moving, so moving the cognitive mind while moving the body into working together as one. So we do an exercise in class so we can recite the alphabet or memory games also while we're moving to kind of create that mind and body connection. So how does community impact our physical wellness and our physical being? Well, first, motivation, accountability, and determination within exercise, a community will drive that. So all of the motivation that you need to get up, to get going, and especially on top of that, it adds enjoyment to working out, and everyone needs that enjoyment. So having a good time, having fun in what you're doing will enhance that physical activity level, keep it consistent, and avoid that burnout, feeling tired or unmotivated. So this can be anywhere from trying new activities, getting out with a friend, even having that designated workout partner or workout buddy. I know my roommates and I all try to hold each other accountable when it comes to that. Getting out the door, getting to moving, and just having that determination and overcoming that feeling of being unmotivated or simply lazy. All right, so we also do offer group exercise classes. So right here at Ohio Health within our field, so we offer a lot of different courses that Jack or myself and other exercise physiologists run, and a lot of that can be cardiovascular, balance training, strength, all of those great things that we mentioned comes into role. I see some familiar faces in our classes. I know you guys know a little bit more about that, but we do break it down in class and we have a good time in there as well. So lastly, I did want to touch base on utilizing your healthcare professionals in your area, whether that be our role as exercise physiologists, having a personal trainer, that one-on-one connection instead of finding those group exercise classes. So having that one-on-one connection, especially taking advantage of your personal or your physical and occupational therapists, as well as your physicians for any general questions or recommendations or even advice on how to get started if we're a beginner of exercise, or creating and customizing your own safe and effective workout plan based on your desired needs and your goals. So all of these community-based strategies can help impact our physical activity level and maintain and improve our physical wellness. All right, so moving on, we are taking a look at our mental and emotional wellness, that second component that makes up our wellness as a whole. So Maintaining your mental health is just as essential as maintaining your physical health. So I know we touched base before, so the poor mental state will decrease that overall quality of life as well as impact our other components of wellness. So not having that clear mental state will affect our wellness as a whole. Depression and anxiety are common in Parkinson's, so we must make our mental health a priority. So let's talk about some community-based strategies in relating to our mental and emotional wellness. So having a community to trust, connect with, rely on, and just expressing those feelings to can help ease the mind, get some of our weight off of our own shoulders. So whether that be leaning on our family or friends, or expanding outside of your close circles, so communicating with a counselor or a therapist or anyone outside of your situation, that one-on-one connection can really let some weight, let some steam out. Everyone needs someone to vent to, right? So getting it all out there, expressing any and all feelings you must be going through. And lastly, talking about support groups and support groups within the Parkinson's community. So these support groups are a valuable resource within the Parkinson's population, and they're a great way in finding people that you can not only talk to, but relate to as well. So you can share experiences with them, build that trust within that community, and it's a great way in helping relieve that mental and emotional wellness. So we want you to know that regardless of these community-based strategies, whatever you most feel comfortable in, we want you to know that you are not alone in what you're going through. There is always beneficial resources within your community available to you to help protect that mental and emotional wellness, modify those feelings, and just let it all out there. All right, Jack's going to take it away.
All right, so staying right here with the camera. All right, so next is environmental wellness. So environmental wellness is everything that makes up an environment. So it's everything we do on a daily basis, from our house to our car, vacation spots, grocery store, gym, so here. All that makes up your environmental wellness. And either it's going to be a positive or bring a positive joy to your life or a negative joy. And what we want with environmental wellness is to bring places that bring a positive enjoyment to you. So for example, like vacation spot, like you guys may think the beach may be a positive vacation spot, positive joy for you, but for me, like added stress. So it's going to be different for everyone depending on what you do. But what's important is just with the spaces that you have control of, there's not a lot in our life that we have control of, but what we do have control of, you want to have respect for that space. So whether it's your house or your car, just having respect for it. So that includes cleaning it up, tidying it up a few times a week, things like that. The big one with me is like folding up the clothes, so like having respect for your clothes and things like that. But what you can do on a community-based strategy to better that is just designating a time once a week, once a month to clean around the house. So whether it's with a roommate, friend, or partner, you're going to get that satisfaction just of cleaning your house. But you're also going to get that satisfaction over the course of the week because it's going to be so much easier in your daily lives when you're dealing with a clean house or a clean car. Next one's getting outside. So I think it's the best time of the year to get outside for me, especially now with the leaves changing. But you're not only getting that vitamin D, but there's a lot of other great benefits to it, such as improved overall mood, improved productivity, decreased stress. There's a bunch of them. And actually the reason why we have natural lighting in every single room here is because of these benefits. We want these benefits at all times, whether we're taking a class, listening to an education seminar. We always want those benefits here. And the last one is limiting screen time. That's going to decrease your stress level as well because you're not being exposed to as much information. And it has similar benefits to getting outside too, such as improving your overall mood. And my personal favorite is you're just a better friend and human being to being around because you're not always looking down at your phone. So, sorry.
I'm just a kid, you know.
Oh, I wasn't talking. I didn't even looking at you. Yeah. No, that's funny though. All right. So next one, I know.
30 seconds, pal.
Dr. Patel talked about this a little bit earlier with depression, but I was amazed when I saw this study from this research that social phobia was diagnosed in 42.5% of Parkinson's patients. And that was done in 2014, so I can't imagine what's gone on since then with the pandemic, where people have just been isolated for so long. So it's especially important for Parkinson's patients' social wellness, and that's why we want to include it in this presentation. But there's some stuff that you can do to slowly start to build upon that. You can start small, so finding one or two friends that you can rely on, and they kind of grow from there. Finding individuals who have your best interest in mind. A lot of times we'll find people that just want to be around you just to be simply entertained, or they don't have your best judgment. So just finding people that truly have your best interest in mind and try to surround yourself with those people. And then last, the support groups. I'm going to provide a list of resources here at the end that you can click on. We're sending out the presentation, so all you have to do is just click on the hyperlink. But one of the great things about here is everyone's going through a similar process, similar condition, so they can all go through it together, which makes this place so special. And then I think there's a quote. Yeah. So you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So think about the 5 people, you guys may have seen that quote, but think about the 5 people you surround your life with, and you can kind of see that you're kind of the average of those 5. So what you could do is just try to improve your social circle and spend more time around the people that you want to be. So just think about that, and yeah. So all in all, it's just so much better to do things together. It's going to make you more motivated, more accountable. You get to meet like-minded people, and you get to go through the processes together. And my personal favorite, it's just much more fun to do when you're with people as opposed to just doing it on your own. So what we encourage you guys to do is, these are all the aspects of wellness we talked about. You have physical, mental, emotional, environmental, social. Think about which ones you may be excelling at, which ones you may be lacking at, and prioritize the ones that you're struggling with, and see if it makes a difference in your overall wellness. So I believe that is pretty much it. The resources we have available, the Neurological Rehabilitation Center, which is just not too far from here. The Delay the Disease program, I help out a little bit with that. I know we talked about just in the last presentation, but it's awesome, trust me. I run it, or I help run it. Ohio Health for Hope, I don't teach that, I'm horrible at golf, but if you're interested in improving your golf skills, that's a great one. And then there's more information at the Neuroscience Wellness Center through that link. So if you guys have any questions or anything, let us know. Any difficult questions, we'll ask McKenna, but thank you guys.